Want to know things about you and your program? Are they good about asking those kind of questions, or do they just listen?
From an individual standpoint, though, most of those guys kind of know my background a little bit. A lot of those Texas guys that know my background as far as from a high school's perspective. Then going off to Texas Tech the previous 4 years, they kind of have an idea of that. They know who I coached at the previous place also too.
In terms of like the offenses that they're going to encounter here, the system that they're going to play in, do they want to know details about?
The question I get all the time is quarterback.
Right.
Coach, everywhere you've been around a quarterback. So who's a quarterback?
Right.
And I always get those guys good positive information that we're really working. I'm a receiver guy, so quarterbacks are vital. I'm just not sitting on my butt and not helping these guys work and trying to identify a quarterback. So that's something you won't have to worry about. You got to have a quarterback in this league. If not, you're in trouble.
And you mentioned a little bit, guys with blocking skills and perimeter skills, and it's not just speed down the field anymore, especially in the RPO days.
Right.
Do young receivers come in with a little bit of a broader interest, in terms of because the game is changing a little bit with
somewhat
different style?
Somewhat.
They have skills knowing that it's not just about flying down the field and
Right.
catching the ball.
Right. And a lot of those guys, they're being taught on the level that they are right now, and the offense is kind of evolving down to the lower level. And when you identify players, you kind of identify guys that kind of fit with what you're doing here offensively, fit with the vision, fit with the philosophy. That make the transition much easier. So those guys are pretty much doing some of the things that you would ask them to do once they get here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, when you're down, I know you got connections in Texas. How easy is it to sell the Kansas brand?
Les Miles playing in the Big 12, new direction, Jeff Long, program is on the rise. You reflect back on Baylor, you reflect back on Iowa State. It's a trend. You won't be at the bottom too long. So eventually it's going to be Kansas time. So just take the positives that you saw from the past year. That's pretty much what Kansas is going to be 24/7 here soon, under the direction of Coach Miles, because the foundation is already laid. So we just got to keep stacking good classes on top of good classes, getting these kids developed. Once they get here, everybody stay on the same page, and then it'll take off from there.
What are you most excited about with the guys that signed today that you already have in place?
I know them well, man, and I know what they bring to the table. I wish those guys were here this past season. They could apply more, gave us more depth. They're going to come in and compete. Those guys love the game. They're not going to cheat the game. They're going to want to do whatever they need to do to help this team be successul.
I saw the video, I think you tweeted out, where you're talking to some of them on FaceTime today. There's guys that you've known for how many, like 4 years or longer?
Yeah, 4 years, man. And that's what I like. Even when I go to those schools, I try to identify guys in that program that's in the ninth grade right now. And if I can hear about an incoming 8th grader, I log that guy in my information. I keep on moving. Just like I was when I was a head coach back in Dallas, coaching high school ball. You knew who the top Pop Warner players were. You knew who were the top 7th grader, top 8th grader. That hadn't stopped. I knew about Jaquinton Jackson when he was in the 6th grade. So stuff like that don't stop. And you just try to, some kind of way, stay connected to those guys. And when you get the green light as far as it's legal for you to talk to those guys, you just take off and run with it. But when you can't be visible at the programs, you try to show off the KU colors as much as possible and get those guys to think about Kansas and Coach Miles.
How good are you feeling about this receiving group you have coming back for next season? I mean, you got some guys that have proven it.
I feel good, but our actions has to change. So we must improve everything that we do, and that's something that we talk about. We can't be the same receiver unit that we were this past season. Our approach has to change going into winter strength and conditioning. Our approach has to change going into spring ball. That's one thing I noticed about those guys in the past. All those guys that's playing in the NFL now, when the mind clicked, just the way they approached it was just straight professional. From the nutrition, sports medicine, the way they did extra things for studying, catching balls, however they can make themselves a better player, that enhanced tremendously. So that's what I'm looking for, and that's going to be the challenge going into winter conditioning.